Hi, my name is Kyle Chavez. I'm a network security engineer here at Futurecom. And what I'm going to be doing is providing you with a how-to video on how to take a memorable nature photo. So these are a couple of tips you can incorporate while you're out in nature if there's something you want to photograph to make that image more striking or interesting. These will apply to any type of camera that you use, whether it's a professional camera or a phone. So to start, let's start with the basics. It's really important that if you're taking a picture of a living creature, that you get the eye in the picture. Here we've got an example of a Canada goose. Here you can see the eye is very crystal clear. You can see the pupil. You can see the entire eye. And what it does is it brings the viewer's attention into the photograph. It allows the viewer to have a emotional connection with the photo, and it gives them something to help immerse them into the photo a little bit more. This technique applies to any type of living creature, whether that be birds or mammals or even insects. Here there's an example of a mantis fly that I found in my garden a couple of months ago. You can see a similar technique is applied here. The eye is in focus. You can see a lot of detail, different colors, the light reflecting off of the eye. It draws you into the photo and immerses you. In addition to keeping the eye in focus, you also want the entire picture as a whole to be taken at eye level with your subject. This photo is a carpenter bee that is in the process of pollinating wildflowers. You can see here not only is the bee in focus in terms of his eye, but that you're down on the bee's level. This photo, had it been taken from up above at a harsh angle looking down on the bee, you wouldn't get the bee's perspective and you wouldn't get that immersive feeling, being able to see what your subject is seeing. It makes a very big difference in terms of having the photo come across as memorable. This applies to stationary objects like that bee, but also to objects that are moving or in flight. So here is a picture of a great blue heron that I photographed in the Louisiana wetlands. Here you can see the eye is in focus like we said before, but the bird is at eye level. So we're not taking a picture of the bird with a harsh upward angle where we're seeing the bottom of the bird and all the light is coming hitting the top, but we're hitting the shadow on the bottom. But instead we're looking right at the bird, so we were able to get more of that detail. You can do this by taking a picture of a bird that's taking off just after they took off, like this one, or you can cheat a little bit, and if you're taking pictures of water birds or shore birds that are flying near a coastline, you can actually go to a ledge or a cliff that's elevated and take pictures of birds that are flying higher in the sky, but still be able to get that eye level perspective. In addition to this, you do want to try to capture behavior of your animals or your insects you're taking pictures of in order to bring some life to the picture. This is a picture of an American green tree frog that I found at the wetlands. So this tree frog, he's sunning, he's hanging on or clinging to some reeds in the water. You can see the light and the sun reflecting off of him. He kind of looks like he's snoozing or napping. It just brings some life to the photo. Another thing you can do is get pictures of nature and animals that are eating or hunting. Here we have a Texas borer beetle. This beetle, you see that he's got half-eaten leaf he's clinging to. You see he's actively munching down, and we're looking at him with the perspective of being eye level. So we're immersed into his environment and looking at him as he is eating. In addition to those tips, if you're specifically wanting to gather details in your photos, right, you're trying to show the intricate colors or patterns of the subject you're photographing, you want to make sure that you fill that entire subject in the frame of the photo. Here we have an example of a river cruiser dragonfly where you can see very intricate details in his veins of his wings and the hairs on his abdomen, as well as the details in his eyes. This was done with a macro lens taken up close. You can accomplish a similar effect using a telephoto lens or a long lens further away by filling the frame in that manner. It doesn't matter how you fill the frame, it just matters that the frame is filled, so that way you don't have to crop the photo severely when you're editing it, and that's when you're going to lose detail. So to summarize things here, you want to incorporate as many of these techniques as possible together to create that memorable photo. This is an example of a green heron that I found near my house in a creek. He was fishing. So we got that fishing behavior. We've got the picture taken down at eye level. His eye is crystal clear. And at the same time, we also, you can see the frame was filled completely and I didn't have to crop this in editing. And that's what allows you to see all the detail in the fish's scales and the feathers of the green heron. So I hope you're able to learn a few things from this informational video, and I hope that the next time you're out exploring nature, you'll try to see if you can find some interesting critters and possibly take a memorable photo using these tips.